astral projecting. I'm like hugging this horrific thing. I'm like hugging it and I'm like giving it directions to the, in the realm. It was so crazy. So it's like, but it's always a vicious dog
And you
chasing
sure
me.
it ain't with you? Because if it's always there, it's your totem
Yeah.
animal for one. Did it look like a wolf or do it look like a domestic dog?
It looks like a domestic dog.
Do you
Sometimes
know
it's
what
on a
breed
leash.
it is?
Sometimes somebody, I know.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so domestic dog is domestic loyalty. The wolf, when you see the wolf, is protection from the nature spirit of the dog, right? When we domesticated the dog, we changed the spirit meaning of the canine. So
Mm-hmm.
when you see domestic, you think in the home front. The dog is always with you. So it's your constant companion. It's never chasing you. It's just running behind you. You think it's chasing you because it keep running behind you, right? But the dog has to follow his owner on the heel. If you take off, the dog got to follow because the dog's job is to protect the clan, which is his pack to him. They can't protect you if you leave them. So he got to keep up. And then the perception is, oh, my dog chasing me.
Mm. Damn. I mean, I'm on it. I'm figuring it out. I have the most vivid, crazy dreams. Dead people I keep telling people all this stuff, and it's just like sometimes it's a bit
So
much.
when you talk
Like,
to people that crossed over, right, they call that talking to the dead. That's necromancy. It's knowingly or unknowingly.
hmm
And the reason why they come, they only talk to those that can perceive them. Some people's lifestyles is blocking them from perceiving them. When they come to you, they normally come to deliver a message that you can use to your greatest of whatever line they come off of in the family. They normally family members who's coming to tell you how to break a generational curse. If they give you a piece of advice that you can find useful and you can benefit from it, that's a broken curse. If they tell you a piece of information that'll avoid a catastrophe, that's the breaking of a generational curse if you follow through with the message. Curse. Curse is just where people was disobedient to the higher spirit, so now it's harder to communicate, and the ones who can communicate help the rest of the family to communicate to their higher spirit self. And some of us is for the community to help the community learn they self so that they can communicate better how the spirit message comes to them to other people. You have those vivid dreams. We call those dream walkers. They normally fall under the Hyoka priesthood for training.
I'm addicted to it. I be so happy to go to sleep because my dream state is so crazy and wild and fun. Like I be ready to go to sleep. What I'm about to see now, what's about to happen, what I'm about to do, but it's just it's so much information, and I be crying every day, and I don't even know why. This is what a time to be
Yeah,
alive.
a lot of changes going on in the world around us. Many of them we can't see with the naked eye, and the news media don't report everything that we need to know. Some of us pick it up on psychic channels, and then we find supporting information in other places because we picked it up. Now we just got to make it known to others.
I just want to take more control over what I'm seeing, what I'm perceiving as what I more so what I need to decode, like, because I had to go through a moment of when my body was lifting up out of my body. I was
Hmm.
freaking the fuck out at first. So like once I got to that point, it's like, okay, now what am I seeing? Why am I seeing this? Why am I being terrified? I seen some fucked up shit, Rob. Like I don't know how these influencers get on here and they talk about all this shadow work and stuff, and it's like, are you really doing shadow work? Because I'm in here ready. I'm in here like not
Let me tell you
going
the
crazy, but
secret. A
it's an
lot of them think
experience.
shadow work is learning how to do hand puppets on the wall. You
Oh,
you
this
hear what
shit
I say?
hurts.
A lot of them
Yes,
believe
the
that
hand
shadow
puppet.
work is learning to make hand puppets on the wall with a flashlight. That real shit, that's
Nah,
some soul stretched to the bounds of the universe shit.
this shit hurt. Like looking at yourself, and then you want because first you got to look at yourself, and then that you got to look at that disgusting, horrible side of yourself before you can see the other shit. And then now I'm seeing other shit, and I'm seeing it within people. I I used to lack boundaries, but now when I see shit and auras and people, like shit don't even touch me no more. But it's some shit that you gotta see, or people gotta understand. I don't know how they get up on here all happy, like stop eating pineapples, and like, I'm just looking at these people like, do you really understand what the fuck is like? Do you understand what the fuck is happening? Fuck all that shit. Fuck all that shit. Because when you got to see what yourself is really trying to see you, it just makes me think, what am I suppressing from the first 7 years of my life? If I'm seeing this shit, I don't know. I'm gonna figure that shit out though. It's I be in here going through it, like literally, like I done uh studied the etheric body, the astral body, the mental body, all this other stuff. I'm in here like, how is these motherfuckers on here not going crazy? I'm not gonna say that I'm going crazy, but it hurts and it's hard and it's lit all at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Though I will say that
You got a
very, very,
you got a
very,
crime
very.
board like you saw in the crime up there. But
I
what
mean, it's
happens?
just so much
Yeah.
that I
So what
got.
happens is you go into this decoder mode. You, you don't know what it is, but something got you say, well, where would I find this at? Oh, that's the spirit body. Let me go check that out. And then you mapping out everything. Now, if I was there where I could study the board, I could tell you exactly what you was looking for.
I don't even know if I want to
You
know, because mind you,
you already
when I first
decoded.
started my
You got to step
yeah,
back. You got to
when I
step
first
back and
started
look
my
at the
journey,
board
it was
like
lit.
somebody else did it. And then you asking yourself, what is this person trying to discover with this type of information? And then as you go over it, you will start to have what's called memory bites open up, and then it'll start connecting dots.
I will say it's easier when you let go, because I've been on this journey for 5 years, 5 6 years. So
Oh my gosh, I've just been filled with so much gratitude and like so much love. Like I don't know, I've really just been so grateful for like the bad shit as much as the good shit. So like I don't know, I feel like that's how I've been, like just grateful. But I had a question like about like how you always just be talking to us about like finding our roots and stuff, and I've been trying to like do that. How you be telling us like talk to your elders and stuff in your family, find like the little bits of paperwork and stuff like that. But I've come to find like all of my on my dad and my mom's side, like all of like my elders is like I feel like that have that knowledge is gone. Like back in August, I just went to up to New York for one of my great aunts her funeral, and she was married into our family, but her husband, my great uncle, he was one of 14 of the kids that like was from Georgia. And I don't know, I feel like that, like I know that that's like where like we from, like it's down south, but I feel like I really don't know how to like find that knowledge because all the people that would know is not here no more. Like you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So try this. This may help you a little bit. Go back as far as you can to find out where in the South y'all from. When you get a geography, pull up a tribal map of the United States. It's
Okay.
going to tell you exactly what tribe, or you can just look at the area and say what Native American tribe is from this area. Now, they might show you pictures of $2 Indians. They ain't even $5 Indians because they don't even look like a motherfucking Indian. But so they don't even look like the people from the West Coast that was mixing with the Asians. They just look like they straight from Europe. I call them $2 Indians. They ain't even whole $5 Indians. But a lot of them was adopted into the tribes to help us overrun the institutions with friendly pale faces to get the secrets out in the open.
Right.
But knowing that, the tribal name of the tribe that settled the area is the fastest way to determine the most likely tribe you from. But remember, when we was fighting the Gullah Wars, we was coming from all parts of the land,
Yeah. Right.
right? So if you stopped there, you could have been hosted by that tribe as well, and fed, and babies take care of, and the lead the babies that was born on the journey to the war with these people. That's how so many of us was passed off as sold children in slavery, because we
Right.
was taking in the children and they was turning big mama houses into plantation homes,
Right.
right? So when we figure out what's going on, we're like, hold on, no, right? And we begin to fight them everywhere we seen them. And this is what we was talking about in the first video, is how did they get their extension? Because when they start fucking with the babies, you can't tell the chief he can't take his soldiers to war.
Hell no.
And we kept
Not about
fighting
them
them.
babies. Not about them
Yeah.
babies.
So we kept fighting them. And then it got to the point where we was realizing the harder we fight them, the more problems we was causing ourselves. Right. So we had to disengage from combat, find the parameters of the war we fighting. We not fighting the same war. This is a conjure war.
Right.
Right. But once you find that, you will know what tribes is from there. The way you look, that's how the Polynesians that came looked.
Back when I was like very young, we used to. I grew up like in church, like a Christian. So like we was always in church, and I remember this one pastor that we had. He had said that to me one time. He was just like, "Your hair, like you look Samoan," and I was just like, I didn't even know where Samoa was at that time, but I later found out it was from like the islands, and I was just like, I'll be watching like some of those videos of like how you were saying in one of the videos, just I think it was this last video, how like the tribes from other areas awaken that genetic memory in us. I be having that a lot because I'll like see these women like from Africa or from these islands, and like the way that they dress, like I feel comfortable like dressing like that at home. Like I'm not from the islands at all, but like I don't know, like it definitely do be like speaking to my soul.
Mhm. You gotta remember, tribes came from the Polynesian islands. The whole monkey clan left South America. They got scattered. These are the ones that we call the gorilla clan now. This is your big Tookie, your Angel Bay types. Work with the iron, we lift weights. Them the gorilla clans. That's one of the oldest clans on the land. And we call them gorilla clans, but they really called Congo clans. Every major land in America is the Mississippi Congo Basin. In China, it's the Yushan River Congo Basin. It's the Yellow River
Now,
in China.
what's the significance of the word Congo? Like, what does that mean? What is that significance?
Congo was the name of the oldest tribes of the land. We was what we call root clan for every landmass, right? Right. So in order to get what's called the Earth Key was held by Enki. Enki means Earth Lord.
Right.
And the reason why he's called Enki, because he holds the Earth Key of rulership on the fatherland. And this is what Garvey came with. When he seen the war, he had to disengage now. Right? So he left the Congo Key over here for one of the chiefs of the land to find the Congo Key. We call it the Congo Key or the Gorilla Key or the Fuck It Key.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I get it now.
Right? Now, by knowing this one piece of information, this is what makes it a key. It's a piece of information. By knowing this one piece of information, the Congo information, there's going to be a tribe on every landmass that you're going to be able to recognize their cultural expressions wherever they at. So when we made the allegiances in the Bangdong Conference, we had already had ancient tribal treaties with the Chinese, what we call them the Qian. Right? And they were divided into Huns, Mongolians, and some smaller classified tribes of Asia. And so we began to adopt the name Li after a black general from China. That's the key. That's the key to China. That's the China key. So if we got a treaty with them, the only way we're going to know is it's going to be a Chinese guy who's going to point out the key holder of the gorilla clan. And they called him Crip, because they couldn't say cripple in their lingo. Right? So in the newspaper report, when they identified Tuki as being the holder of the Congo key, this is called the key from the Monkey King. He become the leader of the gorilla clan. Right? Now, all of the gorillas are his soldiers. We work in stealth mode as Black Gorilla Family. Now that's a George Jackson resurrected tribe. George Jackson resurrected the full gorilla tribe for stealth warfare from Soledad Penitentiary. When he wrote the Black Gorilla Family's Code of Conduct to fight this war as a war strategist general, that's why they never let him out of prison and he ended up murdering him. Because if he ever got out of prison, they thought that Fred Hampton was the terror. No. If they ever let George Jackson out, because he woke up in prison, he didn't wake up in the street. When he realized what was going on, he became a writer for the Black Panther Party. But he couldn't stand Eldridge Cleaver because he, right? So he hated his guts because that's belligerent to the gorilla family, right? So when he wrote the Code of Conduct for the Black Gorilla Family, this is before Tuki must have been 12, 13 years old, right? He could have been a little bit older, but not much because it was written in the 60s. Okay, so now Tuki already done woke up. Well, he haven't woke him up yet. He about to wake up the two largest West Coast tribes, Red and Blue. He finna wake up his mama house and his daddy house. And by waking up one, he gonna automatically wake up to the other one because we at war. COINTELPRO infiltrated and told us the war was red versus blue. Digital Underground, Shock G told us in the song, the West Coast Rap All Stars, he said it's the red and the white and the blue and the red and the blood and the crip and the white foods got you doing the crime, busting caps from one another, right? He talking about free white persons in law that came over here. ODB say, shame on them niggas trying to run game on a nigga. Then he go into the concert and explain to you exactly what niggas he talking about, what these niggas is doing. Chief Crazy Horse. Everybody dying laughing because he's doing his crazy horse shit. But when you listen to his mama, he told his mama, we finna get our shit back. And she said, that's not possible. He said, bullshit. We got an alliance. She said, that's not possible. They broke up the tribes years ago. No, they didn't break up the tribes. They reclassified tribes under a term, gang. When you look up the word gang, one of the meanings of gang is tribe. They already knew. By making us look like we doing the evil shit, it's going to make our people stray away from us, and now we're going to lose all of our community support. But when you go back and look at the works before Prison of Larry Hoover, before Prison of Jeff Ford, before Prison of King Shorty, before Prison of Big Tuki, right? All these guys was doing community work. Like Chucky wasn't no guy that you couldn't walk up to and have a conversation.